is married to Britney Spears?
Oh, God, I just know him as Lucky.
Now, see, you get this response when you come out, and then people start booing you when you start talking on the show. Do they, when they see you walk into the theater there, do they give you this kind of response?
No.
Do they boo when they see you?
You have a nice audience.
Yeah. Yeah. And now, what's going on? How is the controversy going to affect, or has it? Because, you know, I watched last week, and Paula is there, and then, you know, later that night, there's going to be a special on the what's going on. How do you feel about all this? Do you care? Do you...
I feel that she cheated on me. You know, I'm hurt, Ellen. Actually, no, it was quite funny because, you know, we'd seen the trailers like everybody else. You know, shock, horror, you won't believe what's on this show. And we were watching the show together, and it was like, yes. And then it was quite obvious that this was actually just a huge plug for his appalling new album. I don't know if you heard the song he sang on the show. I mean, it was just terrible.
No.
Well, it wasn't great.
No.
And so you think, well, it probably wasn't worth it. And I have to say, in defense of Paul, I've worked with her now 4 seasons. I mean, you would have heard rumors of this stuff. You know what it's like when you work on a show.
Right.
And it was all news to me, and I think it was all news to her. And I think it's just another controversy, isn't it, on American Idol. And
is she doing okay? Because that's hard that people are talking about this. It's such a huge...
I think she's half hating it and half loving it. Yeah.
Well, and we'll see if it gets more people to watch to see if there's something going on.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. You know, we make a reality show, these things happen. I don't think anybody believed the guy. I don't believe a word he said, and I think the audience are more intelligent than that.
Well, it was very interesting timing that, you know, he waited to talk about it until his album was coming out.
It was just such a spooky coincidence, wasn't it? Yeah. Weird.
Weird coincidence.
Wow.
What's interesting is, I've said this before, I find myself, when Ryan Seacrest has been on the show, I always agree with you. Whenever you critique a performance, I always agree with what you're saying. So I wouldn't say it the way you're saying it, but you know...
So you think it?
Well...
You do think it?
You know, no, I don't think it the way you do. It's not that harsh.
Look at me.
I don't.
Ellen.
No, I don't.
Not even a tiny bit?
No, I really don't. I just think they shouldn't be there.
That's much kinder. Actually, you look like Ryan.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You do.
I do?
Yeah, a little bit,
That's not bad, I guess.
Younger.
All right, so, so it's down to the final 4, and I'm hooked like everybody else, and I think I know who's going to win. Who do you think is going to win?
I think it's going to be Carrie and Beau in the final.
Yes, me too.
And I think it would be a close final like we had when Ruben and Clay were together. You know, when last year it was a walkover, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't a final, it was a procession.
Right.
But this year, you know, I wouldn't be able to predict out of those two.
Yeah.
So I'm touching wood, crossing fingers that it will be those two in the final. So get on the phone, please.
Yeah, I think it is going to be. And Carrie, I mean, obviously, I mean, both of them are going to have a career, whoever wins. But, and I would have thought Nadia would have been in the finals. She's got a great look and a great voice. I was really surprised that she was gone. She was great. And also Constantine should not have left so soon. That was, you know...
I think it was one pout too many, wasn't it?
No, they didn't mind the pouts at all. I don't think people minded the pouts. They thought that was sexy.
I miss him because, you know, he was one of those guys which you kind of look forward to the performance because you never knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But no one was more surprised than him.
Yeah.
You know, he was already practicing, you know, the acceptance speech and gone.
Well, he's talented, and he was on the show, as we have everyone who's, you know, cast off. He's a great guy, really sweet guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, yeah.
He was very nice.
Yeah, funny.
And we are going to have your group on soon. Do you call them a group, Il Divo? Do you call them what do you call them?
I guess they're a group,
yeah.
They're 4 singers, 4 classical singers, yes.
I can't wait to have them on. They're amazing. This is, you found them, you created them, you didn't create them, but you created them as a group.
Yeah, I mean, we literally scoured the world for 4 operatic singers, and it took a long, long time. It took about 3 years, and we found these 4 guys, and we introduced them, and they got on well, and we offered them a recording contract, and then it all went fantastically well. It was a thrill. Very intimidating because these guys are unbelievable singers.
Yeah, and you're doing very well. I mean, they're all over the world. They're doing very, very well.
Yeah, I think today we found out they're #1, I think, in 11 countries or something.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
and they're good looking and they're young and that's great. Good for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, they're on later in the month. They're on later in this month. And all right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we're going to play one of my favorite games.
Will I like it?
All right. Yes, you will.
Okay.
Yes.
You sure?
DeGeneres out.
Okay.
Every week on American Idol, you try to decide who is going to be the next big star. We wanted to challenge you to see how well you know today's stars. So it's time to play one of my favorite games, Celebrity. All right, you and I... We each have 45 seconds to guess as many celebrities as we can. And I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Yes? All right. She's married to Mark Antony.
Oh, Jennifer Lopez.
That's right. And he is married to Britney Spears.
Oh, God, I just know him as Lucky. Will that do?
No, you're cheating on my...
But everyone knows who I mean.
Yeah.
Mr.
All right,
Nobody.
we'll pass. Near or far, wherever you are. Come on. She's...
I think that was supposed to be...
Oh, come on.
You know, the one who used to have bad teeth, now has good teeth.
What? She's in Vegas. She has a show, and she's married to Renee.
Celine Dion.
You're cheating.
No,
you're not getting anything for me, and you should know these people.
You're not helping, you're singing.
He's engaged to Jennifer Garner. Ben Affleck.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know he was engaged to Jennifer?
No, I had no idea.
They just announced it.
Well, you've told me now, but I didn't know before.
God. Oh, well, I'm going to go as slow as you did. Go.
Okay, right. Small.
Small?
Weird. Likes the colour purple.
Prince.
Thank you. Can I skip this one because I don't know much about her?
Do you know anything about time? We have
no,
45
Lindsay Lohan
seconds.
it was. Okay, Randy uses this word a lot when he's describing contestants.
Dog. Snoop Dogg.
Correct. It's just been #1 in the charts. Big lips. I was going to say something else. Blonde.
Blonde, big lips?
Yes. And #1 in the charts, album charts.
Mariah Carey?
Correct.
Listen, that was the saddest game of celebrity I've ever
No, but
played.
I'm English. I don't know all this stuff.
Right. Well, then we need to play more often. And
Well,
you're
no, we'll
supposed
play with British contestants.
Yeah. Well, okay. Or yes, you can play with British contestants. I like speeding along and going.
But I don't know anything about these
the
people. What can I say
guy.
about Lindsay Lohan?
I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you.
American Idol airs on Fox Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock and Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. We'll be right back. Don't go away.